Well, hello and good morning, truth seekers. We're here on this beautiful, beautiful, beautiful day. I'm just having my latte. This is what I usually do in the morning. Then I'm going to take my animals out for a walk. Then I'm going to go to the gym. Hit the gym, right? That's what we do. I got this new deck. This is fantastic. It's called Getting Into the Vortex, and I drew this card last night before I went to sleep, and I had the most amazing dreams last night. I'm going to read you this card because I think, hey, Jada, how are you? Good morning. Thanks for that cute little, oh, is that just part of your name? I thought the little ribbon was like a little, like a heart or something. It says, I have control of the vibration I offer. Once you begin to believe or expect good feelings to come, you're in the vortex. And once you get in there, now you are a cooperative component. Yes, I thought that name was Giada. I thought that was an Italian name. It's absolutely beautiful. And once you get in the vortex, you are now in a cooperative component. Now you get to rendezvous with all the good stuff that you have put in there, and you can train yourself there. And you can do it in a day. You have control of everything that rendezvous with you when you get control of the vibration that you offer. And you get control of the vibration that you offer when you care about how you feel. My thoughts on this card are when you care about how you feel, we are pleasure-seeking creatures. We pretty much want to feel good all the time, right? I have a sip of my latte here. You know, Italy has the best coffee in the world. That's all I can say. The best. The best coffee, the espresso. When I was there, I had my fill. So I read this card a couple hours before I went to sleep, and it really had me thinking about a lot of stuff. And I had some very expansive dreams. Oh, and I also did, I'm not sure if I have it up anymore. I always recommend it to people. I'm surprised at how few looks it gets. As I have a meditation video up where it takes you through kind of like trying and troubling instances. It moves you through situations that most of them are kind of fictional situations, but it moves you through those situations, and then you open your eyes and then you move on to the next situation. I don't know. I did that yesterday too, and I just had amazing dreams about some situations and issues I've been trying to deal with, and that's what dreams are there for. They're there to help you work through anxieties and, complications and things you can't work through in your normal life. So just remember, you do have control of the vibration you offer. Now, sometimes we want to offer a caustic vibration to people that we feel they deserve it. Now, you have to prepare yourself for that, because you can be a teaching person, and sometimes when you're teaching, look at dogs. A dog will bite another dog that's misbehaving, but you have to understand that you will be feeling the consequences of that. Hey, it's my IBFF. I was thinking about you so much yesterday. I hope you're doing good and everything's good for you, my darling. That's my baby G. Giada, if you're still there, this lady is been there, done that kind of a person. So that was just a really good card, and I'm really going to try and experience and understand more what this vortex is, that this particular, I get into all different trains of thoughts here in my home. And, I used to work with some people. I've belonged to other groups down the line, and I'm I'm of the feeling that doing a lot of this spiritual work with other people can be full of landmines. And I just found that to do my, my witch work, my spiritual work, all that kind of stuff, there's a term for it, and you're called a hedge witch. You do this on your own, and you keep your own counsel. So I found that works the best for me. But anyways, these cards are they're very deep. They're not just one and done, and I can what no what no my your English isn't very good. I don't know. I don't think you can put on those things where you interpret the language with this. So I'm sorry, Jada. You're just going to have to follow along the best you can. Because even though I picked up some Italian, it actually was easier for me to work with Italian than it was with Spanish. And, my family had always said, oh, you have so much Spanish in you, because one of my family names is very Spanish. But when I had my genetics done, come to find out, yes, I have Spanish, but I had a lot of Italian in me. And it was just a very natural language for me to pick out. So I'm just going to let's just draw a card randomly. The thing about these cards is they're hard because they have front and back. This is a perfect card, especially for us people who are hermits. You don't want to go too much into your hermit lifestyle because really, life is about relationships. And the funny thing is that anybody you ever have any kind of a serious or meaningful, or you don't think it's meaningful, when you have an encounter with someone, they actually become a part of your life, which is trippy, right? So my life is about relationships. You will find yourself in a point in time when the subject of relationships is not an active part of your now experience. For everything you perceive or notice or know is because of a relationship with something else. This is also a deep, this was maybe best explored by the psychiatrists and therapists in the 60s. They really explored that mirror experience. Without a comparative experience, you will be unable to perceive or focus any kind of understanding within yourself. Therefore, it's accurate to say that without relationships, you could not exist at all. Thank you, Jada. Like I said, you guys have the best espresso over there. I'm just wanting to take another trip. Well, I really want to take a trip, and I am. I want to go back to Venice again. Venezia. So this also, too, is a thought from, I'm not sure if Freud, Freud was really the main mentor of psychotherapy. He gets trashed a lot nowadays, but without Freud, we wouldn't be where we are. If Freud, maybe someone else would have come along, possibly true. But without Freud, we wouldn't be where we are with therapy. Hey, Roshni. Sure. Did you join if you just joined, sub my channel and you can ask a question. Yes, it is free. I don't charge for anything, just except for your eternal soul. Give it up now, baby. No, just sub my channel. That's the only payment I ask. So you don't know who you are without. Yes, that's right. I wish I knew how to make you a moderator. Oh, add as moderator. There it is right there. Managing moderator, can manage blocked words. Which one do you do? Standard? Can manage blocked words and change that modes in life. Also, well, I'll make you managing monitor because I don't know if that worked. Oh, there you go. Oh, I'm so excited. You're my first mod. I never knew because I do everything on my phone. When you click this, there's like a very left corner button. It looks like a tab with like a gear on it. I never even clicked that before. Um, I didn't even know that I could even make channel moderators. There you go. How exciting. Um, anyways, so the theory that came on from Freud on and everything is you don't know who you are without the reflection of other people. And it leads to another thought that also says, don't let other people tell you who you are. But we are social creatures, so we live in social units. We don't know who we are without other people. Um, Without a comparative experience, meaning all those experiences you have out there in life, you would be unable to perceive or focus any kind of understanding. So it is those experiences, good and bad, that make us who we are. Let me see. These flowers. Angela, do you have any flowers in your backyard? They just pay dividends, don't they? The smell coming off of these. These are just your simple petunia, and they just smell like honey. Roshni says, ma'am, I'm 22 years old. I'm so sad because I want true love. Can you tell me when I will meet my true love? I might be able to give you an answer to that you don't want to hear, because my answers are not based on a date and a time. My answer is going to be more based on you and your development as a human being. That's how my answer on that will go. But I am curious and I am interested. I have to move my tea, because if I leave my tea out here. Did you subscribe to my channel? I'm going to be a little bit of a hard ass this morning, Roshni. I guess we're on the honor system, right? Sometimes the honor system doesn't work. I'm kind of into crop circles and I'm kind of not. I watched a crop circle video the other night, and this man's place was just getting overrun by people. So he said, "Okay, I'm going to put an honesty box there, and if you want to come and see my fields and all that kind of stuff, just put a little bit of money in there." In the honesty box. So, and someone stole the honesty box. Just like, how could someone do that? But people do. People can behave very badly. Okay, let me see. Let's see. Let's look at some of my decks here. I bought this deck and I absolutely cannot stand it. The lady at the metaphysical store told me it was one of her biggest sellers. And maybe I have to look at it again, but the images are very hard and harsh, and I didn't like it. Let me see, what would be... Well, for sure, I'm gonna give you one of these. This is a good deck too, the deck Tarot Traditions. I'm gonna give you a Therapet. Let's give you a Therapet, and maybe, or the Dream Keeper's Tarot. I love my Dream Keeper's Tarot, but I really have to spend more time with it, so maybe I'll do that with you this morning. Spend a little more time with my Dream Keepers, because all of these tarot decks, they don't all have the same meaning. And when the people make these decks, it's my belief that they infuse them, right, with their energy and their thoughts and how they're making this. And still one of my favorite Vogue covers in ages. I just love everything about this. All the greens they use. You think green is a hard color to use, but they just did a beautiful job on that. So, I also want to talk about a new book I got, if I have time, which is something I've not really delve too much into, just being a natural sort of, I don't know, magical person, I guess I would call myself. Um, I know you understand that, Ange. Um, this is more, and it is called a complete system of elemental, celestial, and alchemic magic. Now, I don't really have too many books like this. In a lot of ways, you're learning this from a master. But I've seen a lot of this guy's work, and I kind of trust him. So I'm starting out on this book, and I'm really going to try and work his theory. So we'll see. All right. Yeah, you know what? It is. I bet you would like that because you're so detail oriented. See, I'm not. I'm real scattershot, but I found you over the years. You're a very detail oriented person. I think actually you might really like this because it is very detailed. It's called Etheric Magic by Ike Baker. And the way he spells etheric is usually, I've seen etheric spelled like this, E, but he spells it A-E. Okay, let's move on to Roshni. First, I'm going to give you an emotional support card, and then we'll move on. This deck is huge. Oh, I can't even put my tea by her because she has like a tongue like a hummingbird. Just going to stick that out there and get it. Okay. Let's just draw an emotional support card this morning for Roshni. I love this card. I love this card. I'm thinking this might be a perfect card for you. Get in there. I'm going to save this and we'll look at it afterwards. It's getting a little windy out here. I think that's a great card for you. Thanks, Roshni. So we have here, I'm not sure. Are you a young lady or a young man? I don't really know. I'm going to say maybe a lady. Is that like a rose symbol on your thing? Yeah, I think so, Ange. That'd be a great idea. It's just it's really much more technical. It's got a lot of like the technical aspects to things that it's not really something I've done before. You're a girl, okay. Okay, we know how old you are. We know that you're very sad because you don't have a love in your life and you want somebody. All right. I'm going to cut the deck in two, and then we're going to have you pick either Roshni left or right, and we'll deal from whichever deck you pick. And I'm going to do, let's do past present. I'm going to do past present reading. Okay, yeah, I thought you were going to go to the left. Past present. Influences that, may have influenced you to how you're feeling today about all of this, everything that's going on with your love life. And it is a life. It is a life of love, a love life. Uh-oh. The Tower. Looks like maybe, wow. Everything kind of got burnt to the ground. In the traditional deck, you can see there, I don't know if you could see that there are the people falling. And in the traditional deck, to my mind, I think that this card actually correlates 100% with the traditional deck. I think maybe at an early age, you had all of your thoughts and dreams about love basically torn asunder. It was a great kind of a diminishment of what you thought love should be, this maybe this might have to have done with your parents' relationship. So maybe it's hard for you to configure in your own mind about what a relationship should truly be. Because, this, what you know and what you've seen. Sorry, we're having major noise outside. From what you know and from what you've seen. Damn, that's harsh out there. It's like I was in love so much with a boy, but he didn't then, and I realized I'm to love him. Well, let me ask you: do you have good role models on what a healthy relationship should be? That's really important. That's maybe the fundamentals I'm feeling on this card. That's the fundamentals. So, okay. So given that, Roshni, I'm just feeling at a long time ago, at an early age, you had everything kind of ripped out from under you, and things were chaotic, crumbling down, all of that going on. So that's, and also too, the tower represents many times that's foundational issues. Foundational. So if your foundation was shaky and the childhood was shaky, how's that going to work for you? Hey, Brianna, how are you? Good morning, darling. Your foundation? I'm not sure. Good morning, learner. How you can move forward. Now, being as though you're still so young, you have so much opportunity for growth and learning before you get mixed up with another person. Because this is a really heavy card to get. That's a really heavy card to get for someone, your age and stuff like that. And that's in the past. And past is prologue, meaning your past sets your foundation for your future in every single interaction you have. And just like that card I was reading before, let's go back to the vortex cards. My life is about relationships, right? It's what we're all about, Roshni's relationships. So foundational, and I'm going to give different thoughts on this when we're done. Present. Oh boy. Somebody did come into your life and mess you up. This is the Knight of Swords. Looks like someone came into your life and kind of messed you up in the head. That sword represents that a lot, slicing and dicing, and maybe said some things that weren't very nice. Many times also too, that knife, that blade can represent the cutting tongue. So this is a very male heavy energy card. So I don't think you've had a very good experience with love so far. Thusly, I don't think you've had a good experience with love. And the card through for you about your theropets is more of an advice given these two things, right? That foundation you really need to work on, and you have to deal with that energy, that remainder of that energy from that male energy that was not good at all. So let's see. The advice on that is, and I think this is just perfect for you, Rajni, which is stay soft. The world may be cold, but we don't have to be, right? The world may be cold, but we don't have to be. Because these things that happen to us can make us feel very hard, very hard. They can make you feel very hard. And we have to remember that the world may be cold, but we don't have to be. Try and remain who you are, no matter what the experiences are going to be that will be thrown at you. Just try and remain who you are. And also, too, get books, read, maybe get some counseling and some therapy, and try to understand. You're so young, you have so much of an opportunity to make some real changes in your life, because you can prepare yourself and be smart enough and therapeutically available to have a real love, and not someone who's just going to come in and skewer you and use you and abuse you. So work on your foundation. What was your foundation? Think about your foundation. Get some books. Do some reading. Go to the library. Listen to some good podcasts, therapy-based podcasts, not just people spouting their opinions on what they think should be. I'm not a therapist, so I cannot offer you advice in that realm, but you've got a lot of opportunities ahead of you, and I just see nothing but good. You're a very kind and sweet person. So stay soft, but also, too, work on that foundation and learn how to weed out those who don't wish you the best. All right. I'm trying to keep these at half an hour, which is hard. So all these cards I have, some of them I really love. I do have that one deck, that one with the crows on it. It just doesn't work for me at all. But I love the Therapests. I think they're really good. I love the Vortex cards. I'm working more and more with the Vortex cards. This is the card I got yesterday. I have control of the vibration I offer, and I had the best dreams last night. And then this one is a card of today. My life is about relationships, because, even anybody I meet on here, there is an etheric connection, right? All right, I think I'm going to wrap it up about here. And these cards are hard to fit in the box. I'm going to move on. And yeah, I might do some reading from this book. This book is a heavy-duty book. But I am going to say goodbye for now, sending love and light to everyone and blessings. And may we all find our inner child to be loved, warmed, and comforted. And you can just do that today. Just love yourself. All right, this is your host on the Ghost, coming to you from somewhere off the coast of nowhere. Cha-cha-cha-cha-cha.